Hey guys, it's Jen with Cards End by Jen, and it is Monday again. Can you believe it? So we are going to be doing another 5-minute card today, but this one is a little bit of a twist. I am going to be making, because we are getting closer to Christmas, going to be showing you how to make a really easy cash or gift card holder. This is my go-to design for my gift card holders. It's great. They fit into a regular envelope. And it's just perfect for your gift card giving needs, and super easy to make. And you can make a lot of these just off of one sheet of this DSP. So let me show you the key players of today's card. We're going to be using the Handmade Wishes bundle. This is the Handmade Wishes stamp set and the Handmade tag. This Handmade Wishes stamp set is retiring at the end of December. So if you would like this, you want to order this soon because it is only offered while supplies last. So I'll set that aside for a second. The Handmade tag, on the other hand, is sticking around. I'm not sure if they're putting it into the next annual catalog or if it's just going to hold on until the next December or the last half of the year mini catalog. I'm not quite sure what's happening there with that one, but they did say that it was going to stick around. The other one is the Christmas season. This is going to do this cute little pine cone on the inside of our card. See that cute little pine cone there? I love this stamp set. It's so pretty. They had this around for last holiday mini catalog and turned it over and put it into the annual catalog because it was so well received. So this is a beautiful stamp set. The other punch that we're going to be using today is just the bell punch. I believe this is in the annual catalog, so it is sticking around as well. The paper that we are using, this beautiful pine cone paper, this is called Painted Christmas. Right now, this paper is on sale for $4.80 while supplies last. This is gorgeous. Let me bring this a little bit closer so that you can see these beautiful pine cones. So this is the reverse side of this. I can show you a few of the other pieces that are in this. Let me pull some of these out of here. So they're all double-sided, so you can see the kind of like the red and then the beautiful holly, or the holly berries. And some different colors in there. So if you don't want something that is the typical Christmas colors, you can find just about anything that you need in this. There's some more pine cones. This has got a really beautiful background. I believe that's Sahara sand background. It's gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. And then here's some bigger designs for you. There's let's see, those are duplicates. Here's the holly. You can see that, just very faint, the holly. That's on the other side of this paper. So anyway, $4.80 for a pack of this that comes 12 by 12. And it's on sale while supplies last. So we're going to set that aside for right now. First thing we're going to do is bring in our trimmer and start cutting our paper. We are going to start off with a piece of shaded spruce cardstock. I'm just going to take the whole piece. We're going to cut this a different way though. Typically you would cut your cardstock this way, but I'm actually going to cut my cardstock this way this time, and I want to cut this at 4 1/4. So essentially I'm cutting this in half long ways. So cutting it in half lengthwise, this will get you 2 cards. Set that aside for a moment. We are going to bring our DSP Designer Series paper in. I absolutely love this design. So this is the one that we're using. I was using it very sparingly, but now that I know that I can get some more for $4.80 and stock up on it for next Christmas, I will use it less sparingly. After all, it's made to enjoy, right? So we are going to cut this piece of paper. We are going to cut this into a 4-inch strip. So we're going to do 4 inches, and then we are going to turn it, and we are going to do another 4 inches. So you have one piece that is 4 by 4. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to cut 2 pieces that are 4 by 1. So a 1-inch strip there. Oops. And a 1-inch strip here. Okay. That is complete. And there's our DSP. Finished with that. So now we are going to also bring in just a piece of basic white because I need a paste for that inside. So I'm just going to cut this to 4 by 4. Again, the dimensions on this card are super simple, which is I think why it is my go-to. Because I really, I don't even have to go look it up anymore. It's just so simple. It's there. It's ready to go. So I think that is all the cutting that we have to do. I am going to use a piece of scrap white paper to do my tag. And I'm going to use a couple of pieces of scrap real red. And I'm going to punch our little holly berries, I guess you would call them, out of that. But we're finished with our trimmer. We're going to bring in our scoring board because I want to score my cardstock. I am going to score this, if I can get it apart. I'm going to score this at 5.5. 5.5. And then I'm going to turn it around. I don't know why I do that, but I do. I'm not quite sure. I really don't have to turn it around. And then I'm going to score it at 1.25. We all fall into habits and we're not quite sure why we do them half the time, but there they are. All right, that's all the scoring that we're going to do. So we'll put him aside. Let's burnish with our bone folder, and we are going to fold that side piece in. This is going to be what's going to hold your gift card holder, and we're going to put that in. I am going to grab my Stampin' Seal Plus, and I'm going to put a swipe of it on the top and the bottom. So I went a little bit off on that one. If you go off, just roll it right back onto itself. That's all you do. So just in the top and the bottom of that flap, and then we're going to fold it in. Make sure that you press down so that it can all seal, and there you go. There is that. Next thing that we're going to do is we're going to take our designer series paper, and let's go ahead with our glue. A little bit of glue. All right, we're going to put that right there on that front flap. Look how nicely that fits. All right, here we go with our side pieces. Well, you can really see why this is my go-to because it just comes together rather quickly. The hardest part for me is deciding which designer series piece of paper I'm going to use, and what I'm going to coordinate for my sentiment is always my hardest problem. You're going to do on that other strip, you're going to put it on the inside here. And that just brings their eye over to where they should be putting the gift card. There you go. We are not going to adhere our inside until after we have stamped it. That is the cardinal sin of card making, is adhering it before you stamp it. If you make a mistake, then you're stuck. So let's set this aside for just a second. While I have my real red pieces here, I am going to take my bow punch, and we are just going to cut some pieces. Those red berries. I'm going to cut those red berries out and do that second piece. Look how easy that is. Punches are so easy. If you're not the kind of person who wants to mess with the die cutting machine, punches are a great way to get some really quick designs. All right, so the hardest part of this whole card is going to be making that tag that's going on the front. This is where our scrap piece of basic white comes in. I'm going to pull out my real red, and let's get our stamp. I guess I should have located my acrylic blocks before I got started, but I didn't. It's Monday. This is how it goes. Not sure how your Monday's going, but mine's been quite a pistol so far. So I'm going to start, and I'm using this edged outline. If you can see this edged outline here, this is the one that we're using. So I'm going to ink him up, and we are just going to stamp down and up. Let's see how well that worked out. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Okay. So the next thing that I'm going to do is we're going to get our words. Now, I'm going to show you a trick. You can stamp each one of these little words separately, or, especially if you're mass producing, you can make life easier on yourself. This is what I do. I pull out all of the ones that I'm going to be using. I need this cute little design here at the bottom, so I'm lining him up where I want him to be. I would like this to say Merry Christmas, so I'm going to put, it gets a little hard because they want to stick to your fingers sometimes. I'm going to put the Merry here at the top. I'm going to put the Christmas there in the middle. Let's put him back down here where he belongs. All right, do I have it lined up where I want it to be? I think so. All right, now here's what we're going to do. Take your acrylic block. Ooh, this one I got dirty somehow, but take your acrylic block and go straight down, straight back up. Now you've picked up all of your pieces exactly where they need to be. And with one stamp, you can stamp the front of your tag. And now that you have it like this, you can do this multiple times. So if you need to make 15 tags, that makes that super easy. Super, super easy. And now to make it even easier, we're going to pull out our tag punch, handmade tag punch. Line that baby up. Oops, there we go. Line that baby up. Punch it out. I love how quick and easy that is. Just makes my little heart happy. So the next thing that we're going to do is we are going to grab our dimensionals, and I would like to adhere my little berries onto the back of my tag. So all I'm going to do is use dimensionals to do that, because I'm going to use dimensionals to pop it up anyway. So I'm putting these at the top and the bottom. If you haven't noticed with me, just about everything has to be symmetrical. So if one goes up the upper right, the other one has to go the lower left. It is just the way it is. I try to break myself of it all the time and try to force myself into doing things that are not symmetrical. Did the same thing when I used to be a scrapbooker, but it's hard. All right, let's put this right on the front. Awesome. Awesome. Let's throw some little red rhinestone embellishments on there because, you know, they're pretty and I use them for just about everything. If Stampin' Up! Gets rid of these, I am in big trouble. Big trouble. I've been doing this for about 2.5 years, almost 3 years now, I think. And they've been around that long. So I'm hoping that they really are a staple with Stampin' Up! And that they're not getting rid of them anytime soon. So there's the front of our card. Gorgeous? Gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous, and easy. Let's just take this one step further and bring in our 4x4 piece of paper. And let's just do that pine cone because we have some extra time and we can do this. Maybe not in our 5 minutes, but you know, it's all good. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to grab the large pine cone. Actually, I'm sorry, the smaller pine cone, but the large print, I should say, the large image. So we're going to do that in crumb cake. Crumb cake. And then Now, the biggest thing to do with this, we are going to be doing two-step stamping, which means you're going to lay down a base layer, and then you're going to do a more intricate image inside of it. Don't overthink it. This is what used to get me in trouble all the time when I first started stamping. I would overthink it all the time. So now let's take our more intricate, load that on. We are going to use early espresso for this one. If you need help finding that painted Christmas paper, again, don't overthink it. Down, up, don't overthink it. There you go. If you do need help finding that painted Christmas paper for the $4.80, please let me know. Happy to help you find it. Let's add our, I'm not sure what to call these. They're like little, I'm not sure what you call those. They're, I don't know what to call them. I don't know. Tell me in the comments, what do you call these? So these sprigs that come out, pine sprigs, pine boughs, I'm not quite sure. I'm using Evening Evergreen, and we're just gonna do that right there at the bottom. And see how I layered all of that on top of each other? Again, the best thing to do is just not overthink it, not overthink it. All right, so the last thing we have to do is stick this inside of our card. I mislaid my glue here somewhere. Find that again. I hope the rest of your Monday is easy and you can relax tonight and just think, in a week we do it all over again, right? All right, there we go. How easy is that? And they're gonna put their gift card or their cash right there, and they're gonna give that card to their loved ones, and it's absolutely beautiful. All right, well, thank you again for joining me for another Manic Monday. Hope to catch you next week. And like I said, if you need help finding any of these products, please just reach out to me. Thank you. Happy stamping.